A very good evening and a warm welcome. Today, we have a session with our speaker, Dr. Aman Chaudhary, sir. He is a professor and in charge at Department of Oral Pathology and Microbiology at Faculty of Dentistry, Jamia Millia Islamia University. Topic of this session, Forensic Odontology, Basic and Beyond. I would like to invite sir to start the session.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible and I'm
Yes,
visible
sir,
too.
you are audible.
Okay. Our mission today is to explore the field of forensic odontology. And at the onset, I would like to thank Cynodont and team. I can say Misbah, Akshita Gupta. I thank all of them to give opportunity to disseminate knowledge about such a naive subject. This is my team I work with. Uh, uh, we have Dr. Priyanka, Deepika, myself, and Dr. Jasuja, which work together. This is today's highlight, which we are going to be talking basic and beyond. Uh, the compromise the it will compromise of uh, comprise of overview. You will have something for dental practitioner, for students, for academician and researchers, and what is the road ahead. That's what will be the skeleton of things which I'll be talking today. Just keep in mind that having an overview, what we should know that human dentition and is dipodont, thecodont, and heterodont. Dipodont being that we have two sets of dentition. Thecodont we have teeth embedded in the sockets, and heterodont means we have different types of teeth. That is the premolars, molars, incisors, and canines. So if you talk about international history, it goes back to 66 AD when a foremost recognized teeth were done by Lolia Paulina, which we put in as an MCQ so very often. Then in 1898, Oscar Amido, you see the picture of this great man who is known as the father of forensic odontology. He's a Frenchman. And then there is some real glamour. You have Hitler down there. He was identified long after his death by his dental prosthesis. You have Ted Bundy. You have a Netflix uh, source. You can really go about searching him. He's a serial killer. You want to know more about him, you can search him out, Google him out, and then you can really know about him. He was fixed on the basis of bite mark he produced on a victim. He was a serial killer, as I said. But keep in mind, he had a peculiar set of dentition on which he was fixed. National history, if you talk about, you should keep in mind uh, about the 1193, Jaichand, um, king of Kannauj, was executed by Muhammad Ghori. He was identified by his artificial teeth. Long story behind it, but who can forget the 2012 uh, Delhi gang rape case of Nirbhaya? You have to know about uh, them. And then, of course, there is a Delhi Crime Netflix series again. You can go about you a little less highlight about the teeth has been done in the series, but yes, teeth were used as one of the corroborative evidence in the cases. Then there is Rajiv Gandhi blast. You have Sheena Bora murder. There is a lot of not national history about using forensic odontology. But coming to this, you should know about these have been used in various places like Austria, France, USA, Indonesia. These Oppenau fire. Then there was this France, the Chariot fire, which was documented by Oscar Umido. And then there was a theater fire in Chicago, and then tsunami. So very often in disaster victim identification, this forensic odontology has been in. But what exactly is forensic odontology? The word forensic itself comes from the Latin word forensis, meaning forum. It originally applied to the marketplace, where in ancient Rome, many types of business and public affairs, such as government debates and actions of court, used to happen. Forensic odontology, as crude terms, might be application of civil and criminal knowledge about teeth. No, application of oral and para-oral knowledge in civil and criminal matters. Uh, uh, you know, I just had my evening lunch, so maybe postprandial sleep I'm having. So change of words. Uh, that the knowledge is used, the oral and para-oral knowledge which you gain in dentistry is used in civil and criminal matters of it comprises of civil, criminal, and academic research. Civil comprises of matters of fraud, neglect, where compensation might be sought. Profiling and identification of living and dead is again, is a civil matter, which can be used. But in criminal comprises of recognition by teeth and bite marks. And in academics, teaching and training undergraduates and postgraduate, teaching forensic odontology to police and uh, law enforcements. This is exactly what goes on. Why teeth? It is very important to keep in mind each tooth set, the teeth set which we talk about can be traced back to establish dental records of the finding of the missing individual. And then this is one of the reasons teeth are used. Then teeth are made up of enamel, which is the hardest tissue, so it can withstand trauma, decomposition, heat, regeneration. So they are better than other tissues. When all that other tissues are lost, this can be used. Then teeth are source of DNA. Dental pulp and crushed tooth can provide nuclear mitochondrial DNA that can help to identify an individual. So these three are the major reasons which I suppose students and my colleagues who are interested in forensic odontology should be able to really, put it across. In all said done, keep that in mind. If you are an MDS, if you are trained in something, if you are trained implantologist, if you are trained prosthodontist, if you are trained, for that matter, a good, dentist, there is something for you, for everyone in this. So you have to look for it, and that's exactly will be the prime goal of this lecture. Can you establish identity now? Yes, they are world's most powerful people at times, but can you identify them right now? No, not at all. How about now? No. How about now? Extremely difficult. So that's what is the job of a dentist. Now, all this includes age estimation, sex determination, ethnicity, bite mark, chiloscopy, rugoscopy. So there are lots of things which you can do. You can search it out. Establishing ID from teeth. You can do comparative identification. You can do reconstructive identification. These can, if you have availability of data, antemortem and postmortem can be compared. Comparative and reconstructive is when you have do not have antemortem data, and you cannot compare it with postmortem. So this is the chart which is used, and you derive age, ethnicity, and sex, and then you try to establish. And one of the major component of forensic odontology is age estimation. Uh, various methods are available, which includes Gustafson, Demerjian, Camreri. Bite mark analysis. If I'm just having an overview with you. These might appear, very superficial, which I talk about, but they all require a lot of training. Bite mark analysis, if you talk about it, is very important to be trained in it, and a lot of people have been convicted just for no reason. There is Innocent Project, which is there. You search it out. It's a controversial thing. You can, until it's very peculiar, it is very difficult to really go about producing. And moreover, if you're not clicking properly the pictures, if the data is not correct, extremely difficult to give your opinion. Peculiarities produce incisors, produce rectangular, canine produce triangular. So, as I said, you have to be really having what kind of marks the teeth produce. This is the famous Ted Bundy case, which I talked about. Peculiarity you see on an asbestos sheet or a modeling wax, you can see that tooth that exactly led to the convict. So if you talk about bite marks, this is on the left side of your screen is not a human bite mark, and this is bite mark on my hand itself, self-inflicted. But that is not how you click a picture. Picture is not clicked this way. Also, it is clicked this way. You have orientation picture, and then you have a closer picture with a ABFO scale 1, and that's how you do a superimposition. And what you get is an onlay is there, and you keep it on it, and then a bite mark is really discussed about. And this is one of the case referred, and then a body thrown on the left side of the road, and then it was sent to us, and we try to reconstruct. I have gross pictures, not to share much, will not be sharing much. So still under a lot of opinions have to be given, and I think at such a platform I refrain from giving such pictures because this might refrain you from, or maybe discourage you from going for a good scientific thing. First, you have a basis, get involved, and then maybe you can have those gross pictures. Facial reconstruction I am involved in, and this is a 2D and a 3D reconstruction, which I was trained in Tubenigen. This is how we do frontal points and the lateral points. A lot of 3D things can be done, and then three-dimensionally we can rebuild the face. And I was lucky to be trained in Tübingen, Germany, where we learned various methods are there, and this I learned a haptic feedback method where skin can be attached and you can really touch the skull using that pen which is in my hand in this picture. How to proceed now? Now we have had an overview how to proceed for a dental practitioner. Just keep in mind, you should be maintaining good records. There is a revised dentist code of regulations. Every dental surgeon shall maintain relevant records pertaining to his outpatients and inpatients wherever applicable. These records must be preserved for a minimum period of 3 years from date of commencement of treatment in format determined by the council or accepted by the standard mode of documentation. Keep in mind, this can land you in trouble. People do ask me so very often how many years we should maintain. If it's an MLC, if it is a problematic, you have to maintain forever. But usually records should be maintained minimum, because I've seen people being, made to visit courts even when there is problem. So minimum 3, those practitioners should maintain record. Talking about custody of record, if we talk about MRD, that is medical record department of the hospital, under a lock and key, the custody of the doctor concerned, and as per the law, no specific time limit for a medical legal to be destroyed. So you have to keep forever. Maybe 20 years will be good. Most dental record destroys OPD within 10 years, but MLC forever. So my suggestion is MLCs at Livewire do not involve experts. Keep in mind that you have various experts which are available. There is a website you can go about searching it, and you can really know about it. Negligence, keep in mind that there is a number to dial for child abuse and neglect. There is 1098 4-digit telephone number allocated exclusively for Childline Indian Foundation by Department of Telecommunications, Ministry of Information and Technology, in order to set up a nationwide toll-free helpline for children in distress. See, you cannot shrug your shoulders if you see some kind of abuse, or maybe a child is about to tell you some problem he's facing. Maybe he's a stepfather, stepmother, anything. You cannot refrain. You cannot. You yourself can be sued if you neglect. That comes in negligence if you do not do your duty properly. So law is very clear about the reporting of thing. And then report abuse. Childline Foundation, as I said, search it out. Keep it handy in your clinic when you're talking, and keep in mind that you should be knowing, if the child is a little, nervously stung, if he is having some kind of injuries, if he is having a lot of caries and he's having some kind of marks all around his, or maybe, some kind of abuse, please keep in mind that you have, any suspicion, you have to report. So I am not a trained pediatric, dentist in this field. We have a training program coming up in Jamia. I'll be sharing you the details. You can, there is a pediatric dentist, Dr. Nitesh is coming, and then we have negligence, Dr. S.M. Kantikar coming. He's a national redressal for litigations against doctors he walks upon. So a lot of things happening. There are dentists which have registered in this course for this platform. I would promote that. So how to proceed in forensic odontology for students then? Very important that, train yourself during dental anatomy classes. The Shores and Mosler formula, which you see, last tooth erupt and telling teeth, solves a lot of things, and it might help you to really know the growth and development. There are softwares for 3D understanding of tooth nowadays. On your phone, you can download them. Then there is Sketchfab. The software is there. You can read that if you can really. Then you can be trained well, and then you should be reading well as well. If you are reading, if I talk about myself, 10 years I was teaching neonatal line, and I was not knowing that it has application in female feticides. Read about it if you want to know. Then socialize. Keep yourself open, and platforms like Synodont, maybe ResearchGate, maybe these kind of interactive things should happen so that you can really know what is going on. And if you are trained, yes, there are job opportunities which crop up. Translate and publish. See, anything which is not published is not recognized. I feel at undergraduate level, you should start publishing. I have seen people getting jobs in DRDO. You can search Vanshika Jain, one of our students, which published with us. She got a DAECC chart, which was there, and then it got a beautiful citations as well. So she was selected in DRDO for short term. Now she's doing MDS such. So train yourself. Very important to train yourself. There are various places which you can train. Indian Dental Association has started with course. There is a course by IAFO. Then Indo-Pacific Academy of Forensic Odontology has started with fellowship. SDM Dharwad, DY Patil, Gujarat University, Mysore University, Manipal, People's University. All of them have started courses. You will see most of the faces which are teaching are the same, but of course, whichever is geographically near to you, you can bear. And then there is a certificate course, as I said, coming up in Jamia Millia, central government. And on 20th to 24th, you can really go about training yourself. Learn 3D. Dental anatomy should be three-dimensionally learned. I feel people draw those diagrams and forget because you will be making it on the mouth, in the mouth, which will be three-dimensionally constructed. So it is very important that you have dexterity of hand. You can train yourself abroad as well. There are blogs which I have written. You can go about which all universities have started. There is Leuven University, Tübingen University. Schaefer has a chapter in of forensic odontology. I have published a book myself. You can go about reading that from Century Publications, easily available from Century website. Read national and international journals. You right at a undergraduate level, please start having a habit of reading journals. I have started with 2 blogs. The blogs, Forensic Odontology, Scope of Forensic Odontology in India, and Chasing Bites with Bites, Bite Mark Analysis. It's available on ResearchGate. The question is available. Go about searching and you will get that. Translate and publish. You see DACC chart, which I talked about, Demergence. This is Vanshika Jain, which I talked about, invented. And there is one chart invented by me as well. The chart's name is integrated rugoscopy chart. You can that simplifies rugoscopy, and this is more on Demergence. So you can really go about translating it. How to proceed in forensic odontology for academic researchers. Now, me being a part of this clan, I say that most of the research can happen when you teach students, disseminate knowledge, because you tend to find gaps, as well as student is a lot of source of at least cheloscopy, rugoscopy data. They are a big, huge source. So when you are training, you get data as well. So triage, learn to triage the entire thing, which prioritize what to do first and what not to do first. That will solve a lot of things. Have a multidisciplinary approach for everything. I have seen orthodontists, oral medicine people, perio people, oral pathologists, so many people getting involved in this forensic odontology because they are seeing the same thing with their own branch of science, which they are trained in. So lot they can contribute. Like an orthodontist is well equipped with playing with smile, knowing growth and development. An oral pathologist is well equipped with dental anatomy. He's equipped with dental histology. He knows what are the microscopic changes which might happen. He can be trained in that. There can be a lot of research which can happen in that. Then we can talk about, if you talk about oral medicine, they are a rich source of data. They maintain so very often of so much of data, so many X-rays. You can really involve them. And talking about prosthodontics, prosthesis, etc., etc. So you have to find your own niche. We have a team which I showed you. Many people got involved, and if you search our publications, they are very diverse. This is my training program on which you see I was trained in IBFO from Dharwad, then Patiala under Dr. Jasuja, then Dr. Sanjeev was a facial reconstruction 2D in Central Forensic Laboratory, Central Forensic Science Laboratory, Chandigarh, and then 3D reconstruction happened in Tübingen, Germany. After that, I have been studying and publishing. You need to really, search me out. If you're really interested in my journey, you can etch your own journey. As I said, you can be trained in India and abroad. Train your students. Have a multidisciplinary approach. And talking about multidisciplinary, very recently we published this this article which uses Arizona State University dental anthropology system. Now, this class system is charting system where you can really go about comparing human dentition with the various human dentitions populations, and you can get to know the ethnicity of an individual. And many of you are knowing about cusp of Carabli. You must have learned extra cusp which happens. This is also part of this 20 traits which I am talking, and this can lead to a lot of charting and a lot of data which can be published. This is recent published article in the Forensic Science Egyptian Journal, and which is PubMed indexed. Again, talking about disseminating knowledge. I have been traveling around the globe for disseminating knowledge, CDs, workshops, and one of them is happening today, where I have my travel grant and my travel range is from Tübingen, Leuven, USA, Europe, Germany, comprising of Germany. I've traveled to Indonesia, many India mostly. I've traveled for disseminating of knowledge, and this is not to brag that I have traveled. I'm just telling you how much people are aware and how much people want to learn nowadays about forensic odontology. This is one of the workshops which happen in AIIMS, which is for reconstruction of face, etc. The workshop which I talked about rugoscopy chart, search it out. The IR integrated rugoscopy chart which I talked about. This is the citation which you see, the publication. You can reach there and really read about it. This is another workshop, as I said, Vanshika Jain, P. Kapoor. This is a bridge operator course where you can a chart where you can use for Demerjian age estimation method. Talking about disseminated, I've had webinars all over the globe again, right from Iran, Iraq, Turin to Indian, Savita. You can talk about it, even in other languages as well, translated. So people want to learn a lot. We're talking about disseminating knowledge. This is various publications which have happened. 2011 publication is there. Then there is publications from rugoscopy to inclusion of a forensic odontologist in a team of facial approximation. Then Demerjian methods we have published. We have published scoping reviews on salivary signatures using saliva. We have published articles on saliva-based forensic studies. We have commented, we have published, we have worked on morphology module, and we have commented, and it requires a change. Then we have, as I said, study of various, and we are publishing. What is the road ahead? Scope. Definitely there is scope as a lot of mass disasters happen, and there are vacancies which are creating. And now when National Dental Commission comes up, forensic odontology is again a very important component which is happening. There are posts which have been created, and there are posts which are coming, and there will be posts which will be coming on this. And mind you, you can have an edge if you talk about grants and awards. This is the entire chart grant. Not to brag, I'm just telling you the scope, what is there. Go about, exploring it, and you can have your own journey. I can see, I suppose a lot of researchers, a lot of students have joined, which can be the future. Any help is required. We are always there for helping out. We are 24/7. This is the scope which we are planning: automated rugoscopy chart, manuscript tool, the grants which have been awarded. We're working more on ASUDIAS. We are in the process of publishing 2 articles on that. Midline FSTT data, systematic reviews on this. We recently published a scoping review on this. And then I invite you to join Indo-Pacific Academy of Forensic Odontology, which I am the secretary, and you can explore that out if you want. If you are interested in forensic odontology, of course, that a platform can be used. And then you have various conferences which have happened, which we have done. And this is a handbook which I talked about. And this is the course which is happening on 20th, 20. I'm not sure seats are available. We had 20 minimum and to start the course and 30 maximum. I think last I remember it was 27. We had reached 3 days back. I'm not sure available, but golden opportunity again to really learn from stalwarts. We have around 12, 13 speakers coming. So with the government setup, of course, we will be able to manage mostly. We'll leave no stone unturned in some kind of training which is happening. You can reach us out anytime, anything you find interesting, funny, or maybe, inquisitive, or maybe you have some queries, you can contact me. This is my thing. It's a short overview. I was told to talk half an hour about it. I think it'll be it is for the students to really go about exploring first and then approaching me, because I'll be talking Greek and Latin if they are not able to relate to the subject. And mind you, if you are a good dentist, you are half good forensic odontologist, because most of the things which we do is related to good dental anatomy, anthropology, and some kind of record keeping, some kind of a logics to be put. So I see no reason for you not to explore forensic odontology. Thank you so much, Sinodont, for giving me a opportunity to talk about. This is a brief overview which I could compile, basics and beyond I could give to the students as well as faculty as well as stalwarts who have joined. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really a great session. Sir, we have a few questions for you. Should I begin?
Yes, please.
Sir, which aspect of forensic odontology will be the most useful in mass disaster?
See, mass disaster, there is a separate training which happens. You are trained in disaster victim identification. The whole team is there, and dentist is one of the component of it. So, you talk about which is the best implant, available in market. It can be a personal opinion, but definitely you should be trained before going into it. DVI itself is a very important. Red Cross employees, there are various agencies which can really help you out. At recommending a process at a platform will be a little biased on my part. So I don't think so I'll recommend anything. You need to have your own journey, as I said.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to thank the founder and CEO of Sinodent, Dr. Anmol Bagaria, ma'am, and also co-director of our Sinodent, Dr. Ashish Chandra, sir. I also thank to my co-moderator, Dr. Akshita Gupta. Now, I kindly request to all the audience, please stay tuned for the next webinar by tomorrow on the same time at 8 p.m. Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. Thanks again, sir.
Thank you so much.